Hey folks, Kilt-Man here. Kilt-Man at your services. How are you all? We're all doing very, very well. Now, here we are in an unusual location. Well, it's not unusual for me. It's bed. I'm in bed in the Kilt Mansion, the bed boudoir. Why am I up here? Well, I'm tired. No. I'm doing a watch party, a commentary for The Wolfman, 1941's Wolfman, directed by George Wagner, starring Lon Chaney Jr., the Lonster. One of my favourite movies of all time, as you guys know. There he is. There's the silver-headed cane. There's Wolfie over here as well, in bed, snuggled up next to me. And the reason why I'm doing it up here is I can't do it anywhere else at the moment because there's stuff taking place. And the big screen, well, it doesn't matter to you guys. You watch the film on your screen. I watch it. I'm going to watch the DVD. Yeah. Does it really matter when it comes down to it? Normally when I do watch parties, I'm watching a 4K or a Blu-ray at the very least on the big screen. But of course I've got all the speakers turned down so we don't get copyright infringements and all that kind of malarkey. But for now, in bed, relaxing, with a cosy nostalgia blanket that is the Wolfman. I've threatened to do this commentary for a long time, as you guys know, and finally we're going to get it done. So let's just crack on with it. Now, I will say that I'm not going to go massively in depth. That camera's going to fall over. I know it's going to fall over, but we'll persevere. We'll persevere. If it dislodges itself, then c'est la vie. I've talked about this movie at length. I've given you all of the technical details, all the characters and the bios and all that. And if you want that kind of thing, there is a great commentary by the great Tom Weaver on a lot of the DVD and Blu-ray and 4K releases of this movie. So you can wax lyrical against all that kind of backdrop if you want. This one is just me watching one of my favourite movies, maybe taking the piss a little bit, and you can just kick back. If you're in bed, warm your tootsies, get your favourite nightgown on, and maybe a little bedtime supper drink sort of thing. I'm sure I'm going to get one delivered. This camera is definitely going to fall over. I know it is. I'm going to try to bring that down a bit there, make it a bit more stable. Anyway, I'll do the countdown, 3, 2, 1, and then you press play. Whatever version you've got, we're going to open on the Universal Fanfare. So I'm just realised I'm getting a bit of a crick in my neck already. The film hasn't even started yet. So let's, is this going to work now? If I go enter now, it's got the DVD floating logo thing. Right, okay. 3, 2, 1. Are you with me? Now I know we can hear this right now, and that might cause trouble, but we'll have a go anyway. And here's the great main theme. The score by Hans J. Salter and Frank Skinner, and orchestrated by Charles Previn. The cast list: Claude Rains as Sir John Talbot, Warren Williams as Dr. Lloyd, little rakish moustache, Big Ralph Bellamy as Colonel Montford, Patrick Knowles as Frank Andrews. Of course, he would be in Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, the direct follow-on to this movie. There's Bela Lugosi as Bella, the fortune teller. Maria Uspenskaya as Gypsy Mileva. Evelyn Ankers, Lon Chaney, the Lonster, the brute in a suit. Screenplay by Kurt Siodmak, German Jew, fled Germany when the Nazis took over. Got involved in Hollywood, as did his brother Robert Siodmak, who directed a film I saw today called Crisscross with the great Burt Lancaster and Yvonne De Carlo, Lily Munster. George Wagner directed it. Oh, everyone's got a few tomes on their shelf, haven't they? Whose hand is that, though? Helpfully, he's going straight to the term lycanthropy, werewolfism, a disease of the mind in which human beings imagine they are wolfmen, according to an old legend which persists in certain localities, namely Wales. Although they don't mention Wales in this movie, it's set in Wales. And the original screenplays always name dropped Wales and the little village. Here he is, the prodigal son returning home. The back projection there. Nice model shot with nice scenic painting as well. Talbot Castle, Mr. Larry. It's all bucolic, isn't it? Very, very friendly, very happy. Yeah, so matte paintings there as well. As if Claude Rains could father that. Little and large, aren't they? But they've had to like widen and heighten all the doorways just to let the monster get through. There's Ralph Bellamy as Montford. Sir John. Hang on, he's been away for a long time and that's all he gets. Hello, Larry. Good to see you again. There is a kind of reserved quality. They're not warmly embracing. There's the older brother, the firstborn, who's died. His brother John. And of course, the painting is just literally, it's Lon Chaney. Don't you fall over. Yeah. Claude Rains is a fabulous actor. He seems slightly out of depth with this movie, though, I would say. But I think it's the screenplay which isn't the best. I love this film, but the screenplay has a lot of ifs and buts and maybes and things that should be ironed out. Yeah, don't I know that? Ah, and that's great, isn't it? Like they're going to be father and son, look after the estate. I was in favour of, the eldest, but now he's gone and I'm stuck with you. And you've been in America all these years. But all your experience should make you invaluable to the estate. Of course, as the monster turns up, so does the piece, the needed piece for the telescope. And Larry just happens to be an expert at fitting these things. Did a great job on that observatory in California. That's a great set, that. Wouldn't we all love one of those? Top of our houses. An observatory. He's on top of a roof. He's in an attic room with a telescope, and his view is ground level on the street down the road. Originally, in the first script, the first couple of scripts, it wasn't even the son Larry. It was another American who'd come to fix something, and then of course gets bitten, and the story plays out the same, but it's not the same character. It does kind of make more sense to have it as the prodigal son returning. It adds a whole new dimension to it. Look, here's the bit I always go on about. He starts perving good style. And this weird little quaint, supposedly Welsh rural village, but it looks Middle Europe, doesn't it? It looks very sort of Slavic. Hello? Bedroom window? Core blimey! Who might that be? With them crescent moon earrings. You see that? He can see her and he thinks she's right there. He reaches out for it. What a dunce. English actress Evelyn Ankers playing Gwen Conliffe here. She went to Hollywood and had to really work on getting an American accent. And of course, ironically, she's playing what should be a Welsh girl in this. If you look on the wall there, it says Sane Man Products. Sane Man. There's a whole thing about Larry begins to doubt his own sanity, and the doctor begins to think, he's had a mental collapse and all that after what happens to him. No one believes that he's a werewolf. Look at him. He's just pairing that a good style. What a creepy get. Oh, but you have. How freakishly pervy can you ever get? But they're not for sale. You dirty little voyeur. Peeping Tom. That's pure stalkerish behaviour, that. I'll buy a cane. I might buy this one. I'm psychic. Yeah, that brutish charm might work in the States. Doesn't work in Wales. But she puts up with it, though. I mean, that's the whole point. She's clearly, in some way or other, attracted to this lumpen, misshapen, brooding weirdo. Make a good putter. That's funny. Look, mate, you've been in America. You know about wolves. That's clearly arrestable behaviour, that. Werewolf? What's that? Everybody around that village knows what a werewolf is. Yeah. That's a nice little line, a nice retort. Because Little Red Riding Hood is a werewolf story. A cautionary tale. You get sick of this mantra. And the autumn moon is bright. See how Mac made all this up for the screenplay. It's pure Hollywood. There's no mention of the full moon in this, but the pentagram, he sees it in the palm of his next victim. Why would that be the case? And of course, the werewolf is marked with the pentagram. Why would that be? But it makes a nice little sort of quasi-folkloric statement. And so he arrives, the beaks for the telescope arrives, and the gypsies arrive all on the same day. Maria Uspanskaya and Bela Lugosi. That's not Maria Uspanskaya there, that's her stunt double. But that is Bela Lugosi driving that wagon. And of course, she's Maliba's son. So, really speaking, an element of the story should have been like every time they come through, people go missing or there's a murder or whatever. Because as we're going to find out, Bela Lugosi, as Bella the fortune teller, is a werewolf. So now his dad's going to talk about the bloody werewolves as well. How does it go again? Even a man who's pure at heart. You're like, oh God, you've just heard it literally 2 minutes before. Every single person in the village is going to recite that to you at some point, mate. Yeah, I was just looking at town over. I only saying not only the young pretty girls, but the old men and women as well. I do love that room, that setting. Sadly, I don't think you see any more of it after this sequence, which is a shame. a bit of mist there. So he's arranged a date with her to go get their fortunes told. She said no, but she's going to be there. But she's arranged a chaperone. Oh, I'm going to have to sort that bloody camera out again. Oh, that's a real bind, that. Wolfman Jack, maybe. And yet here you are. I mean, he arranged to meet her there. She refused. He turned up anyway, and she's come out to meet him. I wore my cane. That's a strange statement, isn't it? I wore my cane as well. Here's Jenny Williams, played by Faye Helm. Didn't make many movies, huh? Larry. See, it's a strange quasi sort of limbo land, isn't it? There's modern vehicles for 1940s driving around. There's also horse-drawn carts and wagons. The women are wearing, obviously the modern fashions of the 1940s. Oh God, here we go again. Wolfbane blooms and the autumn moon is bright. Everyone knows about werewolves. He's happy. He's got two babes there. On the misty moors. There's Bella. With them big, fantastic, gothic, baggy sleeves on his shirt. Now, he knows. This is daft. I will not disappoint you, my lady. Go on, Jenny. Meet your demise. But he knows he's gonna change. He knows that. Cut the cards. And of course, there's Wolfbane there. See, now he's a big perv, a voyeur and a stalker. She's engaged to be married and she's flirting around with him. It's dead subversive, Now I'm going to walk in the mists in the woods with a man I've only met literally just a couple of hours before. And he's revealed that he's an absolute perv. So now he admits he's got a telescope and that's how he saw her. Would that stand up in court? I was only testing the refractor. He's a clumsy putz, isn't he? She is lovely, of course. And the two of them, as I always tell you guys, didn't get along at all. They were in several films together, but they never got along and they had no time for each other. Get rid of the wolf bait. So you just noticed that, like, I guess his headache. I love Bill. Oh, the pentagram on his fod. Like, that wouldn't be so obvious. And everyone in the village knows the werewolf is marked by the pentagram, and it's got it on his fucking head, And then every autumn, your right hand shows your future. Oh no, the pentagram. What did you see? Come back tomorrow. No. Go now. She looks like she should be in the war room in like Second World War, pushing those little model ships across a big map. Now, his mother knows. Great shot though of him heading his hands and the horse reacting. Ow. All they've done nothing but talk about werewolves. and you hear a howl, you'd be thinking straight away, it's a bloody werewolf. Larry. So there's Moose, the German Shepherd dog. The only one that would actually act alongside Lon Chaney and do the fight scene. He was getting clubbed to death with the silver-headed wolf cane. So again, Seog Mac made that up about silver being the thing that could kill a werewolf. So he's been bitten. Jenny's been killed. He's been bitten, and he's killed the wolf. Bela Lugosi turned into a four-legged wolf. He's been bitten, staggers off. Great set though, isn't it? With the ground mist and all that. And all those trees were put, it's the backlot in Universal Studios. And they can move the trees around and turn them a different way. So give it a different look. She's only met him just before. A wolf. But it's very fairy tale though, and that's why I don't mind, all the stupidity of this, of which there is a lot of stupidity. A wolf bit him. Shit. Do something, kind. She's just well, why can't you? Why did she assume that anyone who passes by can do something? Like the red Talbot. Huge. Yeah, like the red Talbot there. Who's the red Talbot? See, the way it's cut there, they've walked in the door twice there. A wolf. What woman? Yeah, go and find it. They don't get it. Wolf, gypsy woman, murder. Why would you assume she's been murdered when her throat's been torn out? You would assume that an animal had done it. Would you not? There we go. It's Ralph Bellamy and Mr. Twiddle. The squeamish Mr. Twiddle. There's poor Jenny, her throat torn out. There's Patrick Knowles, Frank Andrews, who happens to be the groundskeeper, the groundsman for Talbot Mansion. Don't be squeamish. If you are squeamish, then you are squeamish. And just round the other side of the tree. Look, it's Bela Lugosi's dead body. But Bela Lugosi now has clothes on. He was a four-legged hellhound just before. How could he in death put his clothes back on? But he's barefoot though. And they make a note of that. Look, his feet are bare. Otherwise he's fully dressed. He was a fucking four-legged dog. And in death, how can his clothes magically reappear? Make a note, Twiddle. Oh, poor Mr. Twiddle. Well, those lanterns, those oil lanterns, those old style ones with the big handle and all that. You've got him in Evil Dead, you've got him in The Thing. You've got McCready's got one all the time, like. I love him. We used to have one. Look at him. He goes back to sleep as if everything's okay, and then shit. Something doesn't feel right. Did I kill something last night? Was I bitten? I knock on your bedroom door and 3 men in suits come in. Warren William, who plays the Doctor, He's also in Val Luton's Cat People, which I've reviewed. It's Simone playing the Serbian Catwoman, and it's very much a reworking of the Wolfman. It's Val Luton who hated this movie, hated monsters and all. No, it had to be psychological. Didn't like transformations, anything like that. So his version subverts everything you see in this, but the same doctor plays a very similar psychiatrist in that, but he's nasty in it though. He's got nefarious. He puts the feelers onto Simone as well, little realizing that it'll be the end of him. But I was bitten, and the mark's gone. Like Wolverine. Yes, my boy. We're all a little confused. They give him back the murder weapon as well. It's a wonderful prop though, isn't it? I mean, again, as I always give thanks to Steve W7 Smith for sending me this replica. Oh, that camera. Wonderful set again. Those huge windows. It's very similar to The Undying Monster, which is another werewolf movie. They have great windows like that as well, and a great big statue in front of it, a big bronze statue. Surely a wound can't heal overnight. Well, the patient's maybe disturbed. Maybe the shock did it. What, the shock cured the wound overnight? All the smoking as well, like back in the day. I mean, most of these people died of lung cancer anyway, didn't they? Apart from Maria Uspenskaya, who was a chain smoker, who fell asleep smoking in bed. I'm in bed right now, but I don't smoke. Look, here's the monster lighting up as well. Like Bella's casket. That's great, isn't it? It's the gypsy fortune teller and the man that killed him. You know, the gossips. The little crow-necked harridans. And a nice little graveyard set there. Of course, the one in Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, the direct follow on, is one of the best graveyard sets, with that great crane camera shot going over it. A wonderful opening to Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman. This sequence is heavily cut down from the original version, which was a lot more mysterious and sinister. Obviously Larry's, well, confused and aggrieved at having killed Bella, and he will, in the full version, he opens the casket and you can see Bella's face there with a sort of sinister smile on it as well. But this version, we don't get that. Maria Uspenskaya, one of the greatest names ever, isn't it? Yeah, this is gypsy tradition, mate. The thing is, we don't see that though. We don't see them coming to town and celebrating and, you know, having their pagan festival for the dead. And here we get the other mantra. The way you walked was thorny, through no fault of your own. You didn't do much to protect him though, did you? You obviously harboured a werewolf for all these years. It's quite a complicated little mantra with the word predestined in it. I think Lon Chaney can give a really good performance. He's not noted as being a great thespian. Obviously, he played Lenny in of Mice and Men and got huge accolades for that. But as Larry Talbot, of course, through a course of several movies, and he always said that the Wolfman was his own baby because every other monster he played, someone else had played it before him, like the Mummy and Frankenstein's monster, Dracula, or son of Dracula anyway. But the Wolfman was his and his alone. Now this guy playing Gwen's dad, Mr. Conliffe, he was in Werewolf of London several years before, the first Universal werewolf movie, with Henry Hull as William Glendon, the botanist who becomes a werewolf. And he plays the servant for Henry Hull's William Glendon in his laboratory in London. J.C. Kimmel, I think his name is. See, now, this woman here, she's just lost her daughter, but you hate her because she's being dead condemning and accusatory. Now that's enough. It's like Lon 20 feet tall, he's got to bend down so low to look through the door window. Come on. It's like they're all hobbits compared to him, aren't they? That's a good shot, that. His glare. And with the cane as well, like, as a weapon. What's got into them? Well, I'll tell you what. You've arrived, and since then, it's been a gypsy murdered. Their daughter's been murdered. By you. Well, no, he didn't murder her, but he murdered the gypsy. You'd be like, no, what was she doing out with you in the first? I'm her father. She's engaged to be married. What was she doing out with you? Yeah, I heard them. Well, that's the weird thing. You can't blame them at all. She just lost her daughter. Her daughter had her throat ripped out. And you were there, mate. So were you, hon. I bet he's wishing that he never came. He never came home at all. It was all the rage, obviously, to have these big three-piece suits on and all that. But even Lon Chaney doesn't look quite right, does he, in a dapper suit? You want to put him in workies clothes and overall, you know, and dungarees. Another great set, though. It's like you'd see this a lot in werewolf movies. Animals reacting to the werewolf in human form, realising there's something sinister and malevolent and bestial about it. You know, that's her fiance, and he comes in and finds her with him. The weird thing is, we're all siding with Larry, but everyone else has got reasons to be very antagonistic towards him. This is an odd scene, this. Like, Frank doesn't even let on to him, just stares at the cane, won't shake his hand. Gwen, be careful with you. Gwen, don't see him again. Remember me. You're engaged to me. Yeah, something like that, yeah. There's something very tragic about that, man. But more importantly, you're engaged to me. Have I made that point clear enough? Stop seeing another bloke. So I suppose this is the gypsy celebration for Bella's death, but I don't think it comes across quite like that. It's just like in a typical night in the gypsy encampment. Maliva said they'd be coming to town like that. Or rather, the priest said that. All these gypsies, these very Romany sort of gypsies. Not exactly Tyson Fury, are they? No, in the original version, of course, Larry would fight a bear. And there are stills, at least 2 stills that I've seen, which do depict that sequence. It's not in it now because the bear escapes and he ends up wrestling the bear. I actually quite like the fact it's not in the movie. I wouldn't like to have seen that. That was a real bear that was supposedly in quite some distress during the sequence. So here's the shooting range. And suddenly you've got Ralph Bellamy and Claude Rains just happen to be there as well. Oh, nice bit of a musical flourish there. Whoa! You can't shoot the wolf. So there's a good bit of psychology there, like, and his face, the anguish on his face, misses. Oh, see nothing to it. Well, you've just seen him shoot some other targets, spot on. He's unstrung. Long trip. That unfortunate accident the other night. Unfortunate accident. That's daft. You've been a long time coming. I expected you sooner. He wasn't going to see her. He's just accidentally bumped into her. I think the horses in the background there, like paying attention. I mean, there is a good bond that develops between these two, especially in Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. But you killed the wolf. The wolf was Bela, but Bela's Dracula. He's not a wolf. And here we go. You get the point. Silver. So she's got all these little trinkets and that, like, she knows all the tricks of lycanthropy. Evil spell, pentagram, wolfbane. Of course, that scene would be quoted in American Werewolf, and I think in The Howling as well. Very clearly that charm doesn't work. You dare to show me the wound? It'd be great if you had like a Scaramanga, a third nipple. You mean, God, it's even worse than I thought. He just can't catch a break, can he? Ralph Bellamy. So he's instantly suspicious of everything around him, mate. But got good reason to be. So now, Maliva goes and tells everyone there's a werewolf. When, surely to God, they all knew that Bella was a werewolf. So what's the big fucking surprise now? Or maybe Bella wouldn't hurt any of them because Bella was one of them. Maybe. But look, they're all panicking now. So they all leave. But Maliva doesn't leave. She stays behind. See, Gwen and Frank just ain't working anymore. This big brute, well and truly stuck the oar in. Quite a hectic night. What's that? What? Oh, this charm I've just been given. Yeah, you know what that is, don't you, Gwen? Because you told him. He just comes out with it. Why did she say that? They all believe in werewolves. The minute he laid eyes on her, she's, well, apart from the telescope bit, the minute he met her, she's been talking about werewolves, and then everyone else he's met has talked about werewolves. It's very obvious you're a fucking werewolf. Oh, naughty, naughty. Oh, laddie. The gypsy just tells him, a stranger, an outsider from the gypsy, fraternity. There's a werewolf in camp. Here's a little montage. Quite clever. Magic mirror. Spiralies. Flashbacks. The pentagram with the wolf running through it. Gwen's distorted face, Wolfbane. Now that image of the monster with his hands over the bough of the tree would have been great if on the you see it twice on the second shot as the camera pulls away from him. If there'd been claws there, and you only have seen it on the second time you watched it, that'd be a nice little touch, wouldn't it? So now we get the transformation. Of course, visual effects by Jack P. Fulton and Jack what's his name? Jack P. Pierce, Jack Cardiff, the photographer and filmmaker. Jack P. Pierce does the makeup effects. He did him for Werewolf of London, and if you see, I've got screenshots of makeup tests for Henry Hull wearing full facial fair yak hair, but of course they stripped that back because you have to recognise William Glendon as being the werewolf in Werewolf of London, so it's very minimal makeup that he wears, but he still looks good. Widow's Peak and a big savage underbite, snarly nose, sideys. But the makeup that you see our Wolfman wearing, here's his feet going. Here's the same makeup that was worn originally by Henry Hull in Werewolf of London. So it's just the Tootsies we see transform this time. And of course, they're great big fairy werewolf boots that Lon put his feet into. So when he gets up and walks, you've actually got a bit of a dog leg taking place. Walking on his tippy toes with the misty moors, and he's changed his clothes. He's put one of those old 1920s, 1930s work shirts on. How the hell did he do that with his little clawed fingers? Look at that. It's a great face though, isn't it? Here's the grave digger. Now this guy you would see later in Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman in the opening scene where they go to the grave robbers go to Larry Talbot's grave. He looks like Udo Kier there, I think. The gravedigger, not Lon Chaney. See, when I was a kid, when I first saw this, a lot of these films, they're meant to rip someone's throat out, but you just see them getting throttled. Obviously, they're not going to show a jugular getting severed, are they? Spurt and gore everywhere. Look at that. That's pure, 1780s, Middle Europe. But when I first saw this as a kid, I wasn't like, oh my god, that's terrifying. When I saw him transform, I was like, oh my god, how cool is that? I wish I could do that. I want to be, I want to be a wolfman, and I've never changed. I've always wanted to be a wolfman. Yes, Richardson the Gravedigger. Yeah, it was just a couple of nights ago. Wasn't that the way Jenny Williams was killed? Yes. There are some other stills from an extended version of that killing there. Of the gravedigger lying there, face down over the grave, and the wolfman lying next to him, like, "Arr." Two very neat paw prints on the window ledge. Made the right mess of that rug, haven't you? So he's come back home, climbed up the wall, gone over the balcony and gone through the window, and fell into bed. Well, at least he is still wearing the things that he was wearing as the Wolfman. Don't forget, he's a two-legged, a bipedal Wolfman, whereas Bella was four-legged. Now, I love this scene because in the Benicio del Toro remake, Del Toro looks just like this. I mean, obviously the messy hair and all that, but even facially, Del Toro seems to have transformed into Lon Chaney, and it's. I do love the 2010 remake, although it's got, like this film's got many flaws, that film's got even more flaws. But I do enjoy it. At least he kills a lot more people. Oh, Wolfman only kills one person. One. Okay, he kills Bella, but he's not a Wolfman when he does that. Look at that, yeah, the little shuffle. Bum ba bum. But yeah, he's done really well. Clearing that mess up. Uh-oh. Oh, it's bloody Ralph Bellamy again. Colonel Montford. See, he knows. He clearly now knows I am a werewolf. They were paw prints. They've come back here. I'm barefoot. And of course, he probably remembers the beginning of the transformation. Morning, laddie. Yeah, a wolf. You were the one banging on about a wolf to begin with. And now all of a sudden, like, where would the wolf come from? And he's like, maybe they escaped from a zoo or a circus or whatever. Lycanthropia. Well, it is Greek. Well, like, that's very simple, isn't it? Yeah. Tubes and wires. What's the matter with you, Larry? What do you fucking think? Larry's face is just like, I don't get any of this. So, earlier on, when he first mentioned lycanthropy and werewolfism to, to Larry, he said, like any legend, there's a basis in truth. So this film, it plays with the psychology of it all and the science behind these myths and the mental aberrations, lycanthropy and the disease of the mind. But it also contradicts itself quite a bit. Many's the grave he dug for others. Now they're digging one for him. Well, she does nail it though, doesn't she? There were no murders before Larry Talbot arrived. She hasn't done much grieving for her daughter, has she? She's just angry. This is a good sequence as well. Let's be honest, the massive finger pointing and suspicion must be, well, as you're going to see now. Look at the size of this bloody church. Is it Notre Dame? St. Paul's Cathedral, it's bloody huge. It's just a little village. This is good. All the heads turn to look at him. And like Claude Rains seems to have forgotten that he walked in with his son, but his son has disappeared. Oh, hang on. Where's everyone turning around to the way? Oh my god, there's my son. Look at the size of this. It's a cathedral. Dear God. I'll send this cast to the Animal Tracks Department at Scotland Yard. This Talbot Castle is bloody great, isn't it? The size of these sets. Larry. See, they're suspicious of him, but he killed what he said was a wolf. Turns out to be Bella. Now they're all saying there's a wolf out there. Mass hypnotism. Siodmak is playing with a lot of different concepts and themes here, but he's only paying them lip service really. You think they're being quite wordy and authoritative, but really it's going nowhere. It's just talking in riddles and in circles. But for audiences in the 1940s, that probably gave enough sort of scientific background. Oh, that's what a scientist would say. That's what a policeman would say. That's what a guy who believes in werewolves would say. And how they would argue with him. Anything can happen inside a man's own mind. You're talking like a witch doctor. That boy stays here. So there's all the man traps. Oh God, I've actually handled one of those a long time ago. Oh, God. Yeah, one false move. God, vile bloody things. Genuinely vile. I hate them. So we're denied another transformation here, and we get the same footage of the feet prowling through the air, the ground mist. And then straight away he's walked into a bloody man trap. It's a big disappointment this second night of werewolfery. As in, because nothing fucking happens, like. But we get to see the makeup though. Oh, that's good. That the monster really goes for it. I mean, the thing is, Lon Chaney as an actor, playing a human, is sometimes not quite as convincing. But his portrayal as the Wolfman is brilliant. He's giving it loads. Like, he's only over there. So many times in this movie, people are prowling through the air, the forest, and they're literally, they could spit to each other, but they can't see a horse and cart. They can't see a werewolf rolling around over there, and they're right there. It isn't that misty, and she always happens to be there. Look at this. Ooh, ooh, his little lower lip. My foot's head. Ooh. And now we get the curious moment where she recites that mantra again. The way you walk this thorny, through no fault of your own. And she's doing some kind of mystical hand gesture. And it transforms him back again. So are we led to believe that she could do that for her own son? And had done in the past? Is that how she kept him under control? Didn't work the other night, did it? Here he is. Oh, poor Larry. Should have stayed at that, that observatory. Not the one in your dad's house, the one in California. Look at his face, it's real, panic. He actually, he's really good. You're not going to get away with that, are you? You're limping barefoot through the mist. Oh, it's Mr. Larry. I'm hunting barefoot. No, fucking leave me alone. These posh bastards. Oh, refreshments have arrived. Excuse me all. Thank you. Thank you. Nice cup of tea. See, there's more than ground mist there, isn't there? That the whole town. That's a great chiaroscuro sort of lighting effect. See that Sane Man products. Sane Man. The whole thing is about, is he losing his mind? Is it genuine or what? Like, well, we know it's genuine, but Sane Man products. I think that was done there deliberately. In earlier versions, you weren't meant to know if he was a werewolf or not. It's meant to be in his own mind. The only time you saw him as a werewolf would be him looking in his own reflection. So again, that could be his own mind getting confused and believing it. But in reality, it's just a mental condition, and that's how Siodmak first conceived this. So I think that Sane Man thing there on the wall, bit of product placement, I think was tying into that. Away, but why? Because there's been nothing but death, chaos, madness. I'm getting hairier since I got here. And you're engaged, don't forget. But she's fallen for him now. That's a great shot of the two of them together there. See, Del Toro really went for it to look just like Lon Chaney in the remake, and it works. I hate that you see the pentagram in the sign of the pentagram in the palm of your next victim. Why would Supernature act like that? They just wouldn't do that. I prefer him to just be like a ravenous beast, and she's in danger because he can't control himself when he is a monster. Going out, Larry? You just got back, haven't you? Oh, Larry, shut the fuck up about bloody werewolves, will you? Really. I've got a pentagram on my chest. That scar can be made by any animal. The thing is, there wasn't a scar there beforehand, was there? He got bitten by Bella. He showed him the wound the next morning, and the wound wasn't there. So now he's got a scar in the shape of a pentagram, and it's like any animal could have made that. But it wasn't there before. See, I mean, it contradicts itself all the time. See, I think Claude Rains is outstanding, but his dialogue really, it's all over the show. This talk of werewolves and pentagrams. You've just seen a pentagram on his fucking chest. See, what they're not saying in this film about the full moon, they don't mention it at all. Oh, it's in the mansion when the autumn moon is bright, but they don't talk about, you transform with the full moon. That doesn't come into this. It's just like every night he's turning into a werewolf because he can't control it. I've said many times that I think Bela Lugosi's werewolf was on all fours because he'd been a werewolf for so many years, and that's how it evolves. The monster is a new werewolf, so he's still half human. So he walks on upright on 2 feet. You can still see he's still got a human face without a snout. He uses his arms as arms. So that's not explained obviously, but I think that's a theory I like to work with, and it does fit. Even if Kurtzioma didn't write it that way. And so he's chained him up there, tied him to the chair, locked him in his room. They've got a hunting stand there. I like this. Nice bit of exposition there. The two of them know that he's going to come from this way because the beaters are going to drive him across there. They know that. They've set the whole thing up. Hullabaloo. Strapped into the chair. The thing is, we'd love to see him break out of that. I mean, there just isn't enough werewolf action in this movie. That's a brilliant shot, that's gorgeous. The low angle, the way he walks one way then the other, and then right in front of us or right over us. So she's there again. She can't keep away, can she? So we are heading towards the big fairy furious finale. Nonsense, Sir John. Not for a moment. Shut up with you, woman. See, sometimes when I hear the gunfire there, the first gunshot sounds like it's literally the wolfman breaking out of the window or whatever, but it's not. It's just gunshots. I'd love to see him break out though. He takes a silver bullet for a werewolf, and it's the grin on his face. Hey, gee heck, yeah. Like it's like everyone from the village is in the woods. All the remaining cast are there. So now he's going after her. His lumpy prowl. But the makeup is fantastic though, isn't it? He's coming for you. And so is Daddy-O. God, look at it. It's the most packed those woods have ever been. Well, he was behind her before, now he's got in front of her. Whoa, shit. Look at it, look at the way he goes for it. He's ragging around, good style. Famous posted image, that. My God. Claude Rains looked like Hugh Jackman then. These slow bastards. Claude Rains looks terrified there, doesn't he? It's a great shot, that. Oof. Bonk. Maleva. She's always there with the horse and cart, isn't she? Oh, God. Bonk. Bonk. Oh, God, I think you've done him in, mate. Claude Rains looked like Hugh Jackman for a second, then looked like Peter Lorre. What? Not a wolf, is it, Sir John? That's a werewolf. Now, we've already seen. I mean, this is the first facial transformation that we've had in this movie. Hey, look at the state of that. That looks dead bizarre. When you think about it, it's a very strange look for a werewolf that Jack Pierce came up with. It's like almost like an afro that he's got. Of course, the yak hair was singed with hair tongs, which were put on at maximum heat, and they burnt the hair, give it a more coarse, wiry look. Like, I don't know how they explain this away. Where's Larry? So, he'll be hero worshipped now. No one's got the wolf, of course. The supposed wolf. It's the end? My God, that was quick, wasn't it? Didn't expect that then. I actually thought I'd have time to talk over a bit more in the movie. And Lon Chaney gets the final billing as well, if you notice. And Lon Chaney as the Wolfman. Creighton Chaney, his name was. Son of Lon Chaney Senior, Man of a Thousand Faces, and but he changed his name to Lon Chaney. He wanted to be an actor. He wanted to go into Hollywood and make movies, but his dad was like dead set again. No, don't follow my footsteps. Don't do it, son. Become an electrician or a plumber, which he did both jobs. And then once his dad died, he went, fuck that, changed his name to Lon and moved to Hollywood and made movies and became a monster like his dad had been. And what's wrong with that? You know, of course, became exceptionally famous because of it. Iconic, in fact. Well, folks, that was The Wolfman, 1941. A perennial favourite of mine. A film which I did take the piss out of quite a bit, I know. But it's all done out of love. It is badly flawed in many different ways. But it has a dream-like fairy tale fable quality to it. As I say, the village, the town, it's part modern America. It's Middle Europe from the 18th century or even earlier. Cobbled streets and, you know, gas lamps and all that, and fog everywhere. But you've got motor vehicles, modern fashions. And you've got Talbot Castle, which doesn't look like a castle, does it? It looks like a great big baronial home, not a castle. But it still looks great. A miniature, glass paintings and matte paintings behind it. But looks, and then the real sets and all that, like, looks wonderful. That bloody church in town, though, Christ almighty, literally Christ almighty, it's huge. But the film works, great score, great makeup. But I do wish that you had a bit more Wolfman genuine action. Christ, it's going to start again now. It's going to start again. Anyway, folks, I just wanted to this was like one of them itches I've been dying to scratch for quite some time. And I say I didn't go too technical on it. I was just really watching the film with you and like talking about what you see and what you hear. Yeah. We're going for the cast list again now. I don't like the way that, well, I don't like the way he calls his dad Sir. That's very American, that, of course. You know, if Claude Rains was a proper English or Welsh, you know, Lord of the Manor, his son wouldn't call him a Sir. It's a very American style, that. Hey, I'm nitpicking there. Because let's face it, Larry Talbot has spent so much time in America. So he would come back with those customs, wouldn't he, I suppose? And tell you what, should we watch Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman now? No, we'll save that for another time. But folks, I'm going to have to scoot, to be honest, because I've been in bed for long enough now. Now I want some kip. How about you? See, Wolfie's been here the whole time. Look. I'm surprised the cat didn't come up, actually. It's like hissing at us. So folks, I have been always trying to be Kilt-Man, so please, in the meantime, and it's ever, look at I've got a bit of a Lon Chaney face. I'm getting all lumpy in my old age. Craggy, lumpy, misshapen. Yeah, so please, in the meantime, in this ever lycanthropia ridden in between time, please keep it kilted, keep it Celtic. I'm going to see you all. Raiders. Look at that, mate. Just look at that. Yeah. Imagine being clubbed over the noggin with that. Yeah, it's going to hurt. Talbot Castle, Mr. Larry. He's all happy and smiley then. Little does he know, it's all going to go to rat shit. Anyway, you guys take it easy. I'm going to see you all later.